presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the San Antonio Spurs at AT&T Center. Well, for San Antonio, a win tonight would bring them to 3-0 on the young season. What a start that would be for them. They've looked awfully good in those first two wins. Tim Duncan, one of the great leaders in the NBA, Shaq. He sets the tone for the entire Spurs organization as far as guys who are on the floor in between the lines.
I dubbed him the big fundamental in 1995-96 because he has a tremendous knowledge of how to play the game and what it takes to win. And at this point, Ernie, he's like the player's coach. A lot of times, Coach Popovich will call a timeout, just let Timmy and the veterans straighten things out.
Tim Duncan, one of a kind in not only Spurs history, but NBA history.
Big fundamentals.
Fundamental or fundamentals?
Fundamentals. He has it all, Ernie.
Oh, okay, good.
More than one.
All right, thanks for setting the record straight. Here's Kevin Harlan's.
Kevin Harlan's.
And now, your San Antonio Spurs starting lineup. At the small forward position, at 6'9", number 33, Corey Brewer. At the point, at 6'0", number 8, Patty Mills. Guard from Argentina, Manu Ginobili. A 6'11" forward from Wake Forest, number 21, Tim Duncan. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6'11", number 9, LaMarcus Aldridge. Your head coach is Greg Popovich.
Welcome, everyone. This is what you've been waiting for. The NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. So for the Spurs, their last game, a win against the Suns in Phoenix. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
Tell you what, the way they shot the ball that game, Kevin, it looked like a shoot-around out there.
It sure did, and all the more impressive because they did it on the road. You're not supposed to be able to get that hot in an opponent's building.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. They've got Jonas Valanciunas, West out there with Durant, and there's Collison, and it's Lee in at the 2.
Well, it's absolutely incredible when you look at Tim Duncan to see the impact he continues to have on games at his current age. I mean, he looks much as he did early in his career. His game has really withstood the test of time, and I think it's partly due to his conditioning, but his IQ is a big factor, and his game has always been one that's been anchored in fundamentals and staying close to the ground.
And here is Aldridge. His last outing, he had 8 points. He dishes it to Duncan. Mills with it. He's picked up by Lee. Off target from outside. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. It's Durant with the drive, and some very quick points for him on that possession.
Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake.
And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Mills passes to Brewer. Spurs working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Mills. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Off the inbound. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas. Darren Collison, a.k.a. DC, is more of a scoring point guard than a pure passing point guard. But, you know, it's interesting, his best assist numbers were in his first year in the league.
Here's Aldridge. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Collison kicks to Durant. West inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. West has got his first 2 points of the night. And for Darren Collison, Steve, an efficient score.
Yeah, he's got a nice stroke from long range. Also the ability to play the pick and roll game and finish around the rim. Very dangerous player with his quickness.
Now, here's Brewer. 11 points for him in that last game against the Suns in Phoenix. He was all alone on that one.
Poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at that three-point shot.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer. He talked about the respect he has for the game of LaMarcus Aldridge and how tough it will be for them to slow him down, saying Aldridge is tough because he can score facing up or with his back to the basket. And with his length, it's tough to bother his shot. We'll look to deny him the ball when we can and just try to make it as hard as possible every touch. Kevin, we'll see how successful they are.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
Brewer issues to Aldridge. And the wide open shot from Ginobili. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Outside Durant. Collison up top. There's 1:26 left to play in the first. That's good. Collison's got 5.
It was almost like he was surprised to be
5 on the floor for the Hawks.
Well, Kevin, we've got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. 2nd in assists, 6th in free throw percentage. And they were in the top 10 in steals as well. I mean, this is a team that really gets after people defensively. Deflections, pressure on the ball, all of that leads to steals.
And the key really to that club, in my mind, was the offensive unselfishness. This was a team, as you mentioned, Clark, that finished in the top 5 in assists per game. So it was the fact that they really shared the ball, they had good ball movement, and a good plan of attack all season long.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good by Butler. And Collison loves to use his quickness at both ends, a blur in transition, Clark, and defensively, he'll hound you for the full 94 feet.
Well, again, we've talked about this before, Kevin. You've got to play to his strength. He's a little undersized, but as they say, speed kills him. He looks to make the most of his speed.
A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Cannon lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
He had to battle for that lay-in. Excellent, tough defense, but he found a way to get it down anyway.
Nelson kicks to Green. And that one's good, Hollins. Hollins has got his first points in this one.
You know, passing the ball well on the perimeter has really opened things up offensively for this club.
Steve, it makes the game easy. I mean, 10 straight points off assists. That's impressive, but it's easy when you move the ball.
Hardaway for 3. A second chance effort. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. The Hawks shooting their second and third free throws tonight. First free throw is good.
At the line for the Hawks,
Second free throw, no good. Here's Green. Another one falls for San Antonio.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Spurs lead by 4. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio.
Coming up.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start.
Last season, Coach Popovich of the San Antonio Spurs winning his 5th NBA championship, one of only 5 NBA coaches in the league's history to win that many rings. He's one of the all-time greats.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for San Antonio, Austin is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Green, then it's Allen, and it's Nelson in at the 1. Picked by Okafor. Kanan kicks to Hardaway. Here's Okafor, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Okafor's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Hawks. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Guys, it is hard to question that Patty Mills was instrumental in the Spurs title run. Getting in the best shape of his life was the key to his breakout season. As Coach Popovich said, he was a little fatty. He had too much junk in the trunk. He came back svelte and cut and understood you have to make better decisions. Point guard type decisions. Kevin?
Pop never one to hide his feelings, Doris. Thank you. And he recovers it. The fader. Hardaway, no good.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway.
Beautiful ball movement again.
Last 5 trips, they've all ended with a great pass leading to a basket, Steve. I mean, they are really sharing the basketball.
And they'll keep possession. Three-pointer. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
This was a good matchup for them last season. They came out on top in each of the 2 games they played against them.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And we're also seeing a lot of fast break hoops, so this team doing a nice job getting easy points.
Okafor with a screen on Nelson. Shot left block. Shot denied. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Austin. Brewer comes in for Ray Allen. Ano Ginobili's checked in for Green. Mills in for Nelson. And he gets it to go. As he was talking about last year, as strong as they are, a lot of matchups Clark are friendly for him, I think.
Yeah, those 2 games really illustrated the difference between a good team and a great team. For a good team to win, everything has to go right for them, which didn't happen.
Collison. Mills with the rebound.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Ginobili can't hit. The Hawks trail by 8. Durant the pass to Collison. Back to Durant. Takes a 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Duncan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Mills atop the key. On the wing, Brewer. Outside Aldridge. Shot from the top of the key. It's a big high bounce and goes in. Aldridge has got his first bucket in this one.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
Yeah, guys, and that's 10 of their last 12 points now coming off.
Their plan was run their offense through Kevin Durant. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
All right, Doris, thanks. The drive by Green. Duncan up on top. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. And the shot is good. And it's a 12-point Spurs lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Ginobili against Lee. Outside Durant to stop the run. Here's Valanciunas. The stupendous finish in traffic. Valanciunas has got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
And Mills kicks to Ginobili. And Durant comes to help. Green dishes to Ginobili. And here's Mills for three. And shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Mills has got 5.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams. Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that miss.
Here's Hollins. No good with the wing jumper. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's the Spurs. They lead by 30.
Well, Karan, what do you take away from the...
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight.
And the Hawks have not defended well against Green.
He has 8 points and a block. Don't underestimate how important he's been.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, he's really tapped into his potential today, guys.
On the court for Atlanta, Collison is out there with Lee. Then it's West. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Durant in at the 3. Collison, the pass to Lee. Second shot opportunity. Shot, no good. Great D that time from Duncan. Aldridge, no one around him. Good on the three-point shot. Aldridge has got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Spurs. Well, Tim Duncan, in a lot of ways, the epitome of Steve's substance over style.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin, both in terms of his game and his personality. He's just a winner and a leader, but he does it in such a quiet fashion that sometimes people forget to take notice.
Outside Aldridge. Now the feed to Mills. On the wing, Brewer, defended by Durant. 11 feet away, and Duncan with the basket on the assist by Brewer. Duncan's got his second bucket of the game to go.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Last season, there were a handful of teams jockeying for that final playoff spot in the East, and the Hawks were right there in the middle of it and ended up snagging the 8th seed and then scared the Pacers in round 1.
So both teams making some changes here. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Kevin Durant, number 1.
You know, last year was a tough season with impressive scoring numbers by several players, but this is the man who came out on top. Let's see how he stacks up this year.
Lee sets a screen for Collison. Durant goes back up, and it's good on the layup.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
Spurs leading by 14. Nelson outside. Ingles passes to Austin. Right wing. Nelson from outside. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And although the Hawks would end up being the only sub-500 team to make the playoffs, they put on quite a show when they got there.
And the call will be against Jameer Nelson. That's his first foul for the Hawks. Okafor comes in for Valanciunas. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Courtney Lee. Collison against Nelson. Collison kicks to Hardaway. Here's Durant. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. And it's 6 points for Kevin Durant. Well, Atlanta was able to push Indiana to 7 games before falling out of the playoffs. Certainly proved they deserve to be there.
And they did it without being at full strength, Kevin. I mean, Al Horford was out most of the season with that torn pectoral muscle. Just to be able to put up that kind of fight against Indiana, it was a comfortable matchup for the Hawks. Shooting threes, spreading the floor, playing small ball, and they gave Indiana all they wanted and then some.
Let's check out what
Trophy, and it slipped away. Coach Popovich said not a day went by without thinking of Game 6. But they bounced back to win it all, and as the confetti fell, Duncan said, it makes last year okay. Guys?
Yep, it all worked out. Thanks, Doris. He kicks it to Cannon. Takes the 3. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Well, you've got to like the focus that they're showing here in the second half. I see a lot more effort as well. I mean, it's amazing when you lock in mentally and bring some energy and intensity, things can pick up in a positive way for you.
Good. Austin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway jumper, but he gets it to go.
To the middle. Here's Evans. Out to Hardaway. A 3. The rebound by the Spurs.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
And there's the foul. It's on Reggie Evans.
I think we can all agree that the NBA has become a bit of a nicer, friendlier league over the past few decades. Less animosity with players and less brutal rivalries, but there's still a level of trash talking going on, and I think at times it's a factor in games.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Nelson.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Outside Durant. 1:11 left in the third quarter. Hardaway for 3, and he gets the bucket. Hardaway has got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Hawks.
Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they've bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
Picked by Okafor. Here's Canaan, covered by Mills. Here's Evans. Spurs leading by 13. The 3. The Allen, and that's good. Allen's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Well, with what you guys are talking about, there are some known trash talkers in the NBA, like Kevin Garnett, but overall it does seem to have come down a little bit in recent times.
Well, a lot of that is because the league has cracked down on trash talking. The officials are much more likely to call a quick technical, so I think players have adapted and just gone about playing their game and not doing as much talking as in the past.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
Well, that's been the focus, Clark, as we've watched. I mean, they've created one chance after another inside.
Green kicks to Mills. Here's Hollins. And no good trying to get that one. And as we end the third. And it's time now to reveal our State Farm assist of the game. Today, Steve, it's a big man winning the honor.
And it was a no-brainer. This assist was really out of this world. I mean, he had a great understanding of the situation and where the ball had to go.
Mills and Manu at the guards. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Brewer in at the 3, the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school, just physical play in the paint, dominate.
Outside Collison. It's Durant with the drive. Valanciunas with the ball. Duncan is there. No good from Valanciunas.
He was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot. They're spraying them home from mid-range today, guys.
Yeah, reliable weapon, and that's a sign that the offense is working. They're really moving the ball well and finding good opportunities.
Outside Collison. Pass to Durant. Beyond the arc. That doesn't go either for Durant. Spurs leading by 14. From outside, off the mark. Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. Valanciunas dishes to Collison. West at the elbow. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got
Coaching his team during that last break. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
shots good by Mills.
As you said, the Spurs were the top seed coming into the playoffs and in the West, but they were pushed to the limit early by Dallas before cruising to the NBA Finals. And I can go back for a number of years where the #1 seed has had a tough time in its first-round matchup only to get to the NBA Finals and in some cases win.
And for the Spurs in their run to yet another NBA title, they didn't seem to have any weakness in any facet of their game.
And, you know, a little bit of that was overlooked, I thought, Kevin, heading into the final series against Miami, but certainly not afterward. One of the things that so impressed me was the depth, the quality of play that the Spurs got from everybody that Greg Popovich called on. And that really was the difference. They had 8, 9 guys playing at a high level when Miami only had 1 or 2 guys most nights.
That's a great ball. Aldridge. Soft touch off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 14.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
Atlanta calls timeout.
You know, the Hawks haven't been an elite team, but they do have the longest active playoff streak in the East. They've been to 7 straight postseasons, and while they haven't advanced very far, I still think there's something to be said for getting to the postseason 7 years in a row.
No good from Durant.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Brewer with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. Aldridge kicks to Brewer. Mills passes to Duncan. And the Spurs scoring again. And for the Hawks, with that playoff streak, for a team, Steve, that has missed the playoffs in the 8 seasons prior, that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta has shown consistent winning basketball now over the last, 6, 7 years. They've shed some of their marquee players, suffered some big injuries, but they've still found a way to remain competitive.
And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Pulls it up.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
The wing jumper off target. Left side, West. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Ginobili kicks to Brewer. The high post shot. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Ginobili's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance an impressive win for the Spurs.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And ever win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
Sometimes, guys, it's hard during the first meeting of a season to get a feel for a team, but these guys came out and made the necessary adjustments, and I think they've got to feel good about going up 1-0 in the season series against the Hawks.
It always takes someone stepping up, and that happened here as we got great numbers for Duncan. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else seemed to match as he chased down rebounds.
Poked loose. Brewer with the ball. Mills. The shot is off. Good D by Lee.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Here's Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. And he makes the first. And the Spurs with some changes. Hollins has checked in, and Allen subbed in for Manu Ginobili. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Emeka Okafor. He's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Butler comes in for Kevin Durant. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Courtney Lee. And it's Cannon in for Darren Collison. West a screen on Nelson. Here's Canaan. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And that one falls for Cannon. San Antonio making a switch here. And so Cannon nails both of them. Here's Nelson. In the corner, it's Brewer. Allen for 3. Can't get it to fall. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
Well, Marcus, this is certainly a good win. What was the most important element to the team in a game like this one?
Playing with energy.